Hey everyone, it's Joy here. I just wanted to come back with an update to show y'all how we're doing with our plants that we started about a week and a half ago. I know I said I'd come back in a week, but we had a little bit of a, not really a hiccup. I ordered a heating mat for my bell peppers, but I'll explain that in just a minute. I just want to show y'all the plants first that we started about a week and a half ago and show y'all the progress so far. All right, so these are our plants right here, and I'll go through all of them. I know they probably look a little different from the last time you saw them. Over here, far in the back, I have my sunflowers, and as you can see, they've grown quite a bit. Not this one right here, but back here, these are our sunflowers, and they've grown quite a bit since our last video, and they're starting to get their regular leaves right here. I don't know what you call them, but these are just the baby leaves. That's what I call them. And we also have tomatoes here, and every single one of my tomato plants sprouted, so I ended up having to thin them. And I have already put them in cups, and basically I just fill my cups about halfway with topsoil, and then I add the little pod in there, and then I fill the rest of it with topsoil, just until they're tall enough for them to go outside. And here, these are my bell peppers. These are the bell pepper plants that I started, and these were started 2 days before we did the video for the banana peppers. And as you can see, we have, seems like we have activity in all of these here. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you that this wasn't even the case last night. In fact, there was only one that looked like it wanted to come up last night. And there's a little bit going on right there. All right, I'll tell y'all what I did. All right, so this one, these are our banana peppers, and there's a little bit of activity going on in this last one here, but I expect that it's going to come up in a couple of days, since the banana peppers were the last things that we planted, the banana peppers and the basil is back here, and I think that those will start to come up in a couple of days as well. So before I flip the camera back to myself, I want to show y'all something here, because last night there was really no activity with these the bell peppers. But I bought this here iPower Seed Starter Heating Mat, and I want to take a minute to tell y'all about that in just a second. Let me flip my camera back around. So, like I said, my bell peppers, they were doing absolutely nothing, and I know that it's because it's been kind of cold here lately, and bell peppers are a tropical fruit, so they typically don't germinate unless the soil is somewhere around 80 degrees. Well, when the temperature outside is 40 and I have my thermostat set right at 70, we weren't really getting anywhere with those, and I didn't want to spend the entire growing season trying to get my seeds to germinate, because by the time it gets warm here, then they'll just start to germinate, and then I'll have to wait for the plants to grow, and then I have to wait for the flowers to grow. Then once the flowers fall off, then the actual fruit come on. I want to spend the entire growing season waiting for fruit, and then by the end of the growing season, I just started getting fruit on my bush. So what I ended up doing was I ended up buying that heating mat so that we could keep the temperature of the little pods at around 80 degrees. And so even though there was nothing going on with the bell peppers last night, I turned on the mat, I sat my little tray on it, and put the cover for the Jiffy greenhouse on top of it, and overnight all of my seeds started coming up. So that's what I did. So if it's kind of cold, you may want to consider getting a heating mat for your seeds, just to get them started, and then once they get started, you can move them into whatever. I'm going to keep these in here until the weather gets warm enough for me to move them out, so that it won't stop the growth. I'm gonna let them stay in there as long as I can, honestly. But anyhow, that's what I wanted to tell y'all about that. So far we're looking good as far as our plants go. And hopefully I'll come back next week and I'll show y'all what we're doing. I think that our sunflowers are probably going to have to go in the ground sooner or later, but luckily for us, next week it's supposed to be much warmer, so I won't really have to worry about killing off my sunflowers, because I think our temperatures are starting to come up a bit. Anyhow, so I'll come back next week and I'll show y'all our progress. And if you have any questions, just leave them below. And if you have any comments, those can go below. If you like my video, hit subscribe. Thank you.